Hello friend, welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. Here you see 2000 Camry, 4-cylinder, 5S FE, and has approximately 200,000 miles, almost 198 I believe. And the reason why it's here, because it was leaking too much out of the engine oil pan gasket. Do you see these remainings of this gasket as I'm trying to scrape it off? These chunks don't want to give up the area here. I'm really working with this tool. It's like a rock solid material. It just doesn't want to go. It's hardened really badly. See the other chunks? I will show you the engine itself. I can't get under because I don't want to have any oil drip into this camera. But the gasket is still there. It ends somewhere here. If you look there, maybe you can see the metal. That's where it gave by itself, so I keep going. This area, well, it's so-so, but it's hard on the pan. This spot just doesn't want to go. You can see the chunks here, but man, I'm working it hard. So basically, a lot of stuff had to be removed. Disconnected the exhaust. You will think when you look at it, oh, it has these shapes to clear the exhaust and everything. No, it's not true. Supporting brackets for exhaust. Exhaust has to be disconnected. Then there was this bracket between the tranny and the engine. They will probably bend this area instead of letting go. So I will not bend somebody's property and create another leak or just put a lot of FIPG or whatever, right, to fix that I just bent something. Not going to happen. So here I really quickly grabbed the camera for you so you can see it with me. I have two lights on it as it's dripping down. Enjoy this view 5SFE. This is the so-called oil pickup tube with its filter, right? So that goes towards to the, what is it there? Oil pressure pump, which will suck it here from the oil pan where it sits, and it was successfully leaking. It was all over. I mean, you still see it, right? Look how much oil is here. It was leaking here on this edge mostly. It didn't matter if you will crank on the bolts, 10mm bolts. There's plenty, exact 25 of them around, plus 2 nuts because there are 2 studs. But it didn't matter. The gasket must be original, or maybe not. Maybe it was replaced once. It's all vehicle. It will be 23 years old this year, so you can see it here. Of course, this is a nightmare. The oil is everywhere. It's in your sleeves. You are underneath it working, so it is what it is. Doesn't matter. It will be done. But don't overestimate the time to deal with scraping and cleaning the surfaces, right? I cannot just shove the new gasket on it and try to install it when the oil is everywhere. No, this needs to be perfectly clean. You can see there's some dust, dirt, but that's from removal. Everything has to be cleaned, and I will be using this cork gasket. And there's a question for you. This was a new product at a supplier. Obviously, I have a FIPG. Just wanted to see how this works. Did you guys ever use that? Do you recommend it? It has a great temperature. It goes half or less than the FIPG. What is FIPG? Well, everybody knows, right? Toyota FIPG. So here, how it looks. Victoria Rhines. In the picture, it looks with that squeeze and the applicator. Let me show you FIPG next to it. Toyota Seal Packing FIPG, right? This is ready for a different job. It's an oil pan install actually. That will be the whole oil pan. Right here it's from Toyota, waiting for the customer for the next oil change because somebody stripped that bolt multiple times. The drain bolt, it's stripped so many times it's unfixable. She said, yeah, let's go for it. But this is the gasket, right? So this gasket will be installed Toyota 2-liter using this. Definitely. I read the manual and it says apply to one side only and immediately assembly together. So this pan was cleaned with the brake cleaner, right? We said it has to be degreased. Just to compare it with FIPG, this is way thinner, I will say. That's the word, thinner, I will use. Very easy to apply. And what you will see, I will put the gasket on it. Oh yeah, somebody's sneezing in the other area too, like me. I'll keep coughing all day long. That was some strong virus what I caught, that's for sure. It whacked me for a little bit, even while using a sauerkraut. So yeah, you go all the way around. And the thin layer, I will they say immediately close it, obviously. I have a nice white, like 6mm layer of it. And this is what I will do. When I will be ready to put it on the engine, I will do the same. That will be just in like 5 minutes. I will do the same here on top. This cord gasket in theory doesn't need this, okay? Doesn't need this, but in this case, with the leaks, which were so big that the owner was actually losing the oil through that, and that's unusual, right? The leaks were so big that I rather go extra way. And here we go, a few minutes later, I'm applying this. Nice layer, just to make it absolutely perfect for the owner. At the end, it's always pleasant feeling to see the new gasket. This will be slowly drying out this area, and there will be, after months or two, it will be nice and clean here. Just the dust of the road. I think that gasket is way nicer, or the visibility is way better here. If you look at it, you see the cork, nice and dry. No more these horrible engine oil leaks. Awesome. And it's obviously a good idea, always let it dry as long as possible. If it was mine, I will let it dry overnight, but these gasket makers are actually drying really quick. The FIPG, which we have always used at the dealer, you will use it, and the vehicle will have to be removed from the stall, so these had like 30 minutes to cure, and then the engine was running and you had to go and get a new one. So You know, if it's yours, if you have time, let it dry at least a couple of hours if you can, but it's not necessary. Basically, I could lower it right now, pour the engine oil in it. Don't forget, don't get so excited that you did a good job that you will forget to fill it with the engine oil and destroy the engine. Important little detail. So yeah, I just want to show you what I'm doing, something interesting. How often do you see entire bottom of the engine because the pan is off? Is it easy for you in the driveway laying underneath it? Well, it's not very difficult, but I cannot imagine being laying on your back and having all that oil dripping on you. So it's probably better give it to somebody else, but I know you guys can do a lot. So thank you for watching. If you like it, if you give it a thumb up, please, and be subscribed. I have way more coming your way soon. See ya.